What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Abe. This is Eve Online, and let's talk about some mistakes that I made over the last few weeks. The first mistake that this video will talk about is Abyssal stuff. So I spent. Everybody likes to see other people suffer. I believe the German word for it, and of course the Germans have a word specifically for this, is Schadenfreude. I'm sure my pronunciation is terrible, so I apologize. But basically, joy at other people's misfortune. So my misfortune was I set up a billion-isk Abyssal running ship after doing a lot of research online. I went for one of the passive fits because I figured that as I went through, it was a little bit cheaper. It wasn't the 3 to 6 billion versions that I'd seen, but it could run most or all of the different filaments. And I figured as I learned by doing, tier 1 and then maybe tier 2 or tier 3, and I built my way up, that I would be able to become familiar with the fit. Not right now, Elabelle, let me finish. I would become familiar with the fit, and by the time I was actually at risk in these filaments, that I would know how to fly the ship very well. So that was the plan. So I left my corporation in part because of lesson number 2 that I learned, which we'll get into in the next video. But I left my corporation and joined a real-life friend of mine out in a different part of space. And so I set up this ship out there for Abyssal sites. And I didn't fully understand the mechanic behind how these filaments would appear in space. So I thought that it was only going to be that an abyssal trace, as it's called, would show up in space and only be scannable if I was doing a tier 4 or a tier 5. This is not correct, but this is the assumption I made. So I went to great trouble to make a safe spot for myself out in the boonies of, the one of the systems where I'm at. And I opened my trace there for a level 1 filament. Came out, and there were 5 ships waiting for me to kill me. This is out in Null. So, a few lessons to be learned here. The reality of the situation is that your trace can be scanned down, period. No matter what level trace it is you're opening or filament, and regardless of what level of space it is. I think where I misunderstood there was the level 4 and level 5 traces mark you as a suspect for about 15 minutes. Which means that even in high sec, people can attack you if you pop out of one of those. And, that was not the case, so I misunderstood. The long and short of it is both of these losses that I'm telling you about are my own stupid mistake and my lack of understanding of one of the mechanics in the game. So I know that people had set up filaments for themselves and done abyssal work in high sec just outside of Gila a lot of times. And yeah, I realize now that if I'm going to do it out in Null, that I'm going to need to set it up for myself that I'm literally within visual range of a main station that has a lot of people just hanging out outside of it. Because other players can easily track you down, but they're not going to show up right at the Citadel and try to harass you there. So that was my mistake, and I've learned it was an expensive mistake to make, and hopefully one you don't have to make as well. But if you do these things in high sec, set yourself up someplace and keep that in mind. So if you have any questions or comments, yes, I was stupid. Yes, I made an easily avoidable mistake, but that's just kind of how these things go. So, c'est la vie. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you won't make the same mistake, and in future videos, let me know where you kind of want me to go. Is this game something you want me to continue to focus on? I'll make a general video more to this topic, but yeah, I'm starting to wonder kind of where I should gear my efforts in the coming year, and hopefully you can help guide me in that. So I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year to you, and I'll see you in the next video.